For this episode, you might want to see some visuals. You can find them on our Twitter at StartupRecorded. Welcome to This Startup is Being Recorded. This recording is improvised fiction. Similarities between it and the real world are entirely intentional. Now, enjoy the recording.
Okay, our recording is on. Thea, it's so great to have you back. I feel like the new year really kicks off today. So we have an exciting meeting today. We're finally going to see the results of the creative team's work of our new name. So I guess for anyone who's jumping into this meeting without context, we are currently called MetaMarket, but that name is being bought from us by Facebook, so or kind of traded in a way. I would say it's sort of like a barter deal, but anyway, yeah. So let's just quickly introduce ourselves and then jump right in. Anyone want to go first?
Yeah. I'm Thea Nararova. I will be presenting the creative today because I am the chief creative czar of MetaMarket, soon to be dead name.
Dead name.
Yep.
I'm Kate Banchette. I'm the chief of staff. I work under John. I should say that he does plan to watch this recording, is what he told me. So I will make sure to send it to him. He did say he has his projector set up in his game room. So I assume that's for this. But yeah, he's not coming, but I'll represent.
I did share some of these ideas in full disclosure to John when he came for the campaign win in Des Moines for the couch. So
oh wow,
yeah, he's seen a couple of these ideas.
Great.
Good.
I can't believe you got to see John. How did he look?
He seemed, he was John, very standoffish. I mean,
yeah.
He was there, he gave the couch's acceptance speech, and then I turned around right when the balloons dropped, and he was gone.
Yeah, classic John.
So I'm glad I cornered him in the green room and locked the door for 20 minutes to just get some feedback and, have my peace with him. But, he seems fine and healthy and non-existent.
I'm so glad to hear he's healthy now.
Well, probably healthy for John, right?
Yes, exactly. He,
okay.
Was making an attempt of drinking a green smoothie in the morning, and that's so different than his normal diet of Doritos and pizza rolls in a combination in kind of a cereal format.
Right.
Anyway, we should I guess carry on. My name is matt.yachts, and that's also my domain where you can learn more about me. I'm the CTO here at the company soon to no longer be named MetaMarket.
And I am Eric Joy Carter, Chief Product Officer of the companies formerly known as MetaMarket. Still currently, but soon.
Yeah.
Really excited today, Calathea. I know your team's been really hard at work, clocking a lot of hours for this one, and it's just kind of exciting. I don't know who we're going to beat.
Yeah, I am so excited to be back. As most of you know, I just spent the past couple of weeks on a holiday/baby moon to prep for this, just so I could feel really refreshed and I'm kind of seeing these ideas for the first time myself too, so they've come from my brain. I'm just saying that I've refreshed and I'm seeing them with new eyes and
got it.
Okay.
in a new light. So really excited. I am going to share these with you.
Yeah, we got the big screen set up for this one.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Groundbreaking.
So big.
So big, and it's honestly, this one we really tried to simmer down. We literally put a couch, part of a couch, into a crock pot, and we let it simmer for a little bit while we all watched it and kind of like riffed ideas off of while we were taking in that kind of exhaust. And this is what came out of it. Obviously, it is pronounced sit, just like everybody does on a couch, but
Right,
really
okay.
imbues kind of a fresh way to look at a word that we see every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm noticing some stuff here. Are those petals? Do they actually represent couch cushions? It almost feels a little
Yeah.
plant-like.
Yeah, so they represent like two cushions of a couch, so really more of a love seat. We could add a third one, there depending on how big. And we don't know the future. I mean, someday, like most people will have sectionals, so 6 seats. And so we can, really scale this design based on what our consumers are really going for.
Yeah, see, I just worry that SYT will come out sight or it or
I was going to bring this up too. I was kind of excited that it might be seat. We could kind of hold on to seat at the table as part of our
Pronounce
vision.
it. I hate to be this person. I'm sure this came up in creative, but it's one letter off from shit. Like we could just add an H in there, and I feel like that's just going to be a really easy dig from our detractors. I don't know.
But, they would have to deal with the shit, SHYT, actual toilet paper brand,
Oh, that's true.
So, yes, they could come at us, but also they'd be doing copyright infringement. It kind of makes it easy for us to get them trapped in that respect.
Nice. And how does that trademark, have we talked with their trademark people? Because we are very close, like both products are used in a seated position. We both have like strong seating vibes.
Yeah, I mean, that is honestly a really good point. If we were to go down this road, we would have to kind of sit down with that company. I know their creative director really well, and we could, I think, hash it out a couple days at sea.
God, I just loved it though when you said like sit down,
Yeah.
and I kind of heard it in the logo, like
Good.
like we're a verb, right? If we're sit.
So
Yeah.
if this was our name, would we all be sitters? Sitties?
I like
Citizens?
Pets?
I like citizens, especially with
Citizens.
our recent win in Des Moines.
Yes.
Citizens.
Oh my goodness.
Feels so
Yeah.
good.
Okay, well, how many do you have to go through?
We have more. So,
Yeah, how many are there? Wow.
This is the next one. So fast.
Mm-hmm,
It really combines, obviously, our focus on couches at the moment without tying us to couches as strongly as Sit did.
Right.
By having it almost like the arrow in the FedEx logo. It's part of it, but you don't really see it until you like really stare at it for a while. And it adds fast, so it really builds on Kate's work, really in getting out and making sure our sofas get to people fast. So it really talks not only about what we do, but also the movement of this company.
What? Sorry, what was the Aero FedEx? Is there something I'm missing in So Fast?
Well, it's sofa.
Or sofas. I was reading it as sofas,
Oh.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
plural,
so there's,
but
like,
then also
sofas,
so fast. Yeah.
or sofa, but So Fast would be the name.
I kind of like it because I have been eyeing an office property on Sofa Street, down in Ellicott City. So this would be kind of like our address and our name.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So just, another idea. There's going to be more creativity coming at you, so I'll just go to the next one.
Okay.
Another very simple version, lounge. We really thought, when we thought about lounge, we liked it because it was not only something you do on a couch, similar to sit, but it is also a place where people come together.
Right.
And when you think about the way you felt at a lounge. It's like happy, it's chill, it's connected. And so we felt like lounge not only conveyed what people do with our product, but also our values as a company.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Something about this this layout. I feel like I've read this magazine. Is this a magazine title? Or was that just... I'm not super well versed in design, but this just kind of pops for me.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't a magazine magazine, but it is done in that kind of style to really, we went with like a dictionary look for this. And I should say too that, like, you know, creative, we put in design element with the name to kind of make it pop, but we're not set on having this design with this word.
Okay.
But for this one, as you can see, we really wanted it to look like somebody had highlighted it in a dictionary, because it is such, we want people to really think about the meaning of the word.
Oh, you know, the highlight is so interesting because I thought the yellow box was us looking down on a yellow sofa.
Now that
Oh,
is-
that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Which
Honestly, when you look at the name, if we added another long letter like loungette, it would almost form a sofa.
Right. You can see it. Yeah, there's a little bit too much armrest on this sofa, but otherwise I see it. Yeah.
It's more of a fainting couch right now, you know, but I think you could.
Maybe it's just in the living room of one of those people that puts too many pillows on the edge, and they've really just padded it out too far.
Yeah, I mean, we will definitely do our custom typeface for this, so we can also play with the spacing of the letter. So we could keep lounge, but we make a really extended E and kind of shortify the G.
Got it.
Very
Okay.
good. Good food for thought.
Yeah, speaking of which, we probably should talk about the rates that the custom typeface contractor is sending us. They're getting a little bit absurd. I guess I don't understand why they have to charge per letter.
Because they're designing, I mean, each letter will have its own intrinsic meaning to it,
Yeah.
you know?
There's also a lot of work that goes into making a typeface that we can use both in print and the formats associated with that. And they've been great about sending us, web-ready fonts and working to make sure that they're hosting that all for us and we're not, eating that bandwidth. So from a technical standpoint, like, they're definitely carrying some weight. I don't know what the numbers look like, but...
Yeah, no, they've started charging us by size too. So if we could stick to like the 32-12 combo, that'd be great.
Okay, I mean, okay, once we hammer this down, let me know. I know the design director there, and I'm sure that there's nothing of this that can't be solved after a couple of days at sea.
Okay.
Well, sorry,
Yeah.
Calathea.
Yeah.
Do you mean CES or at sea, like on the ocean?
On the ocean. Yeah, actually. I don't know if I told you guys this, but as part of my baby moon, I was sailing and just realized that so much of my life can be worked out on a boat. Like, I feel like my relationship with my son / Bugsby really honestly improved when I realized what it was like to be trapped at sea in the Arctic. And
You went to the Arctic last week?
Yeah. I stopped in Des Moines, obviously to deal with the couch wind, and then chartered a seaplane to take me up to the Arctic Circle so I could be launched out at sea without a paddle on a boat to really feel what that was like. And just came back a changed woman. What can I say?
Yeah. My gosh. Well, I'm very glad you made it back.
Yeah, thank you. But Kate, you will notice as part of that experience, I have built in a pretty robust sailing budget into our marketing budget this year.
Okay. Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's continue. All right, so this next one, we talked about, what are the values of a couch that you really want, and comfy kept coming up as, but we don't want to be comfy here. Comfy speaks of without movement, without direction, something that's safe, and we don't want to be necessarily safe. So we wanted something that was like comfy, but also stellar. And so that's where comfleek comes in.
Come
Okay.
fleek.
Comfleek.
It's like comfy plus like on fleek.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit of an
Complete.
older meme.
It
Yeah.
is, yes. But I think, there are design and language elements that transcend time, that are just like, you might not use them every day, but you kind of understand what they intrinsically feel like. And we feel like fleek is one of those that you might not know what the reference is, but it sounds, something a little bit more debonair.
Yeah, I'm just worried about like the original meme was also like kind of an appropriation, especially the way it was, let's just say, taken, by predominantly white culture online, although that's not where it started. I'm just worried about that for us. I know there's some distance of time there. Maybe it's safe, but could we get some blowback from this?
Matt, that's a really good point. I think I like the spirit of this, but you bring up really good points about the word. And so maybe one of the things the creative can do is really come back and figure out a different word to represent this feeling.
Okay. One other thing, with this font, that O kind of looks like a U. I don't know if the font and the name have to go together.
I had noticed that.
Oh. Yes. Kate, I'm not shocked you noticed that, given how much
This has
energy
nothing to
you
do
have
with
pent
my
up.
mother. No.
But yes, you're right. That could be something pretty dangerous. So, all right, we will ceremonially burn come fleek and continue on. Now, this is a crazy one, but
Aww.
yeah, one thing that was brought up is like we already have the very strong Bugsby brand. What if we just did like a Bugsby's Place or some reference of Bugsby, kind of like a Craigslist kind of thing? Like he's already this very lovable, person, and we could just build on the Bugsby brand versus trying to create two brands.
Oh, it's hard to say no to that.
Yeah. It's tough, though, to think about Bugsby, like, being involved in my own furniture. Like, I think of Bugsby as, like, almost a Narnia-esque representation of what it's like to live in a world where furniture and fantasy are one. And I think bringing that over into an app, and I can push a button and like, imagine Bugsby driving a van to bring a couch to me. I don't know. It takes away some of the magic.
I totally understand that. It's a little bit blasé for the Bugsby brand, and I can see, how that could hurt us in the end. I also think that, like, this is something that we haven't really ran by Bugsby, and we don't know how he's going to feel. And let's also say that, when you link your brand to any sort of living and breathing thing, you really run the reputational risk of Bugsby is really great and great for our brand now, but we don't know who Bugsby's going to grow up to be in the future.
Oh my gosh. This is just wise parenting, Calathea. And can I just say, I feel like just for a moment, I had this worry of like, is what we do not cool enough for Bugsby? And I think the answer is yes. And so I can only imagine what you've been going through the last weeks and months.
Yeah, it is really difficult to really think about my role as fostering the next generation, and what
The
that
next
really
generation?
means.
Wait, is Bugsby going to have, like, children or something?
I mean, that is up to Bugsby. I don't, really get into his life plans, and I think he's really too young to really be considering that. But, if that's something that's in his future, I totally support it. Let's move away from Bugsby.
Yeah.
This is the next one, Trone.
Ooh.
We thought about making like more of a luxury one just to see if that was something that felt us for our brand. You know, if we wanted to do something that felt a little more glitz and glamour. We did a lot of research actually into famous chairs and couches, and Versailles actually was one of the biggest innovators in chair design, and so we thought about doing something around, you know, Versailles or around like kings, and you know, it's just very difficult in this time to talk about monarchies. You know, it's not as popular. So we ended up just taking the Frenchness of it, and so this is the French word for throne. And so we thought this could be like a fun way, and we like throne because it really elevates what a chair or a couch could be.
Wow, yeah. I feel like I can almost smell the cigar smoke coming off of this logo. Like this is a brand that at least thinks it's very luxe.
And I like the journey, you know, to take, as we try and reshape global trade. I mean, Versailles and monarchy was a stop along the way. We've kind of moved past it. We've got the good luxury elements of it, but maybe left some of the other stuff behind. So, you know, we've left the H behind. That's a lot of through lines there.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what this is going to do. Not that, you know, we have any French city rollouts coming up, but like the French in particular have a relationship with monarchy that we may not want to take on.
That will affect the year 4 roadmap.
It's true. I do, like, you know, like a crown, want us to just try this on. I don't think that this is at the end what we're going to go for, but I want us to really expand our idea of like what this logo and brand could be. So I wanted something to like push us, because I think, you know, the other ones, like I said, they've been comfy, they've been loungy, they've been, you know, really familiar. And so just wanted to see, but like, let's try on what if our brand was something aloof and exclusive.
You know, one thing we haven't talked about, the Meta Market name was great because it gave us the opportunity to say, well, obviously, we're doing multiple things here. And I feel like one thing we're in danger of is locking ourselves into one thing. Maybe we could pick multiple ones of these. And, you know, we've talked about chairs. They're just couches for one. It could be we do a niche, like a throne section of the app that's, hey, forget a couch for your friends and family. This is for you. This is your seat.
I like that. I like having an exclusive part of the website that only certain people can unlock, you know? It's very
now that's
good.
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of had something like that for a time. It was kind of on accident when we only supported that one obscure browser, Safari version. And it was only people who hadn't updated their computers for 3 years that could use it. But
Oh, yeah.
this does feel different than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet there's not a lot of overlap between those two specific groups.
No.
All right, so we're gonna think about it.
Yeah, what else we got?
Yeah. So this is our next one. So we really wanted to go out of the box with this one. Like, what if
This
we
just
just
in
threw
the
away
box.
couches? Yes. Okay, it's in the box literally, but figuratively we wanted to break the box and think about like what did we want to do. So we thought about Hephaestus, who is the Greek god of building and furniture, and we thought, ooh, that's great, but we don't want to be really on the nose, so we just shortened it to Estus. And we thought this is a good one. That's just something totally different, but also it's a god who forges things, and so it really gives us a really big brand malleability, you know, like he's the god of fire and building any sort of thing you want, you know, and gold forging. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. I have two things here. Oh, sorry, Kate. I just want to double check something to be sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was just going to ask about, there's really a Greek god of furniture?
That was like one of his minor duties, you know. He did a lot.
Okay, the first thing that I wanted to check, I verified. This is not the Estus rocket brand I was thinking of. That's spelled with an ES. They are close, but I think obviously we do different things. This is another one letter away. If you drop an R in there, I don't know if anybody else noticed that.
I was thinking about adding a T.
Okay,
Restus.
I see where you're going there.
Restus is good.
Rest us would be good. I was referring to estrus, kind of like the female reproductive cycle term.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I don't actually think that's a problem. I mean,
Okay.
we could use a lot more femininity and
Yeah.
life into our brand.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, we have made it one of our goals to try to even out our demographics. For some reason, a lot of men buy couches from us.
And if you think about that time period, it's a time in which a woman is open to implantation, and this is us being open to new ideas and new bounds and, new opportunities.
I'm just worried about us coming back around to some of the app tie-ins that we have rejected in the past. Things like, Grindr and other hookup apps.
Or
the-
trying to market to women while they're on their period because they're super emotional and interested in purchasing things.
That was a fault on my part. But I still think, that partnership with the period tracker app led to a lot of sales.
It did.
It was a very thoroughly learned lesson. And, when a startup gets one of those, we're grateful.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. We only have a couple more. I'll just go. This one is our most out of the box one.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It is a very shocking. It is Ason. So the Sanskrit word for chair is asanan, and we were just kind of made that our mantra as we were really trying to suss out what we wanted this to be. And so we as the creative team were just asanan, and then it just really formed into Asanan. And I know having a curse word in your name, it can be very scary, but I think we're seeing a lot of really daring brands use curse words in their marketing. How many brands do you see to I don't know, shut the fuck up, or as fuck is such a sexy as fuck, couch as fuck, whatever. Those have been more into it. So I think it is definitely risky. Again, this is one that we put in to really push you, but we also think that obviously ass refers to the butt. That is where couches sit. Anon kind of felt, it gave us two things. One, it kind of felt like we were so addicted to couches, we had to get into an AA type program, but we also felt the internet is really about being able to meet new people that you wouldn't in your normal social circles. So also anon in the sense that we're building these points of relationships between strangers.
Yeah, this feels like maybe we could do this for a Web3 offshoot, a decentralized network. It could be this, but I don't know. It feels it's bold, but I can't see the reach. I can't see keeping Des Moines with this.
Yeah,
that is true. We ran on some strong family value stuff in Des Moines.
I know. The
really strong.
fundamentalist Christians for Metamarket Facebook group, I don't know how they would respond to this.
I hear that. I'm I'm just saying sometimes we want to market to the people that we want, and this is one that might, get us into new markets.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, this has me circling back around again to maybe we were too hasty with some of these potential partnerships. Yeah. And I mean, this brand sounds like it would go right in with a combination hookup matchmaking app and furniture delivery and pickup and cleaning.
I mean, as the Rep from Grindr has reminded us many times before, 80% of their hookups happen on couches.
Yeah. Well, if we don't end up using it, maybe they can.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
License it. Yeah.
This last one I just put in there, just again as an idea. This one was really born out of a particularly dark time. This is Haliedus leucophallus memorial, that being the Latin word for bald eagle. And I just thought if we wanted to lead in to our heart-wrenching failure as an organization to protect bald eagles, we could really honor our fallen friend.
Wow.
I really love where your heart is at on this one. I'm pretty sure this would be a strong admission of guilt, which our lawyers have advised not to do anything like. But it is very sweet.
I do not believe that we are guilty. I still honestly think those Instagram pictures of the eagle on the couch are damning evidence against that owner. Anyway.
I know. The eagle still comes in my dreams, and
you need to see a doctor for that.
Oh, it's been a really rough time, okay? I was basically on a boat with that eagle my entire trip in the Arctic. It was just sitting there, asking me to atone for my sins. I'm sorry. I just threw this one in there just as, a thought, because it's definitely the only thing on my mind these days.
Okay.
I'm glad you got it on paper.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So I just want to thank you all for some of those ideas. Obviously, you don't have to decide today. I want you guys to really ruminate on all of these. I just have one more.
Oh, great. Oh, wow.
Can
you tell us about this one?
I would not find out about NCIS. Do you think I would not find out about the fact that my son is working with Mark Hammond?
I thought I knew you'd find out. I thought you'd be happy. Bugsby needs to make us money, okay? And this is a way to do it.
I put this as a logo idea. That's the dead don't sit, because I've been ruminating on my murderous thoughts for a while, and it is true. If you think about it, the dead only lay down. They don't sit. They just don't have the muscles to actually sit up.
I mean...
That's true. They can be posed in a seated position.
But they're not really sitting.
Yeah.
Right. They're not supporting themselves. But also because I have had a long-standing grudge with Mark Hammond ever since I was a teenager in the entertainment industry, and
I didn't know that. I mean,
I will destroy NCIS from the inside.
Wait. No. This Bugsby appearance on NCIS has to go well. It has to go well, Thea.
It will go well. It will go well for us.
Well, what happened
go well for Calathea.
What happened to Bugsby is his own person, his own entity. You've got to let Bugsby go, Calathea.
I know that Bugsby wants to do this. I know he wants to do this, and I know this is his dream, but I have to protect him. I can't let Mark Hammond get his clammy little hands on my poor precious boy.
Bugsby is 22. He can handle himself.
I don't know. When I think of myself at 22, I was pretty easily influenced. That said, legally, now that he's emancipated as his own person, there's not a whole lot we can do. And they're paying handsomely for the appearance.
Yeah, and we get most of that. I mean, a little bit
I'm
goes
sorry,
to lawyers, but
Thea, I know this is like he just became his own person, and as his mother, this has got to be really hard for you.
you didn't go on set or anything, did you?
Of course I went on set.
Why did you go on set?
Did you really think that I was in the Arctic this past week? Do you know how difficult it is to get to the Arctic this
And you
past
made multiple references. It
Yeah.
sounds
Wait,
very
you didn't go to
Calathea.
the Arctic? Were you at NCIS all week?
Yes. It was the
my
Arctic
God.
of my soul.
I thought when they messaged me and sent all those emails about the contract changes that I don't know, they sent it to the wrong person.
Why do you think I'm so keen to negotiate things at sea? Okay, I recently saw its effect.
Wait, so you were at sea, you just weren't in the Arctic.
I was at NCIS.
It's NCIS.
Right.
NCIS. I was there and I was negotiating for Bugsby, okay? And sometimes when those negotiations go wrong, you go out on a boat with Mark Hammond.
You were at sea?
Yeah, obviously they film in LA. LA is at the sea, okay? I could do both.
Isn't that where CS is? No, it's in Vegas.
That's Vegas. That's Las
Okay.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Okay, well, let's review all that together. I hope Mark Hammond's okay. I mean, I'm glad you're okay.
He knows what he did.
Can I just say I'm a little bit obsessed with this "the dead don't
Yeah.
sit" thing?
We
It's really like, of all of those fitness brands that were coming for us on Twitter thinking they were so clever, like I feel like it's important to remember, like, hey, if you push yourself so hard, it's like you were saying about me and my Peloton.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta rest. You have to take breaks. The dead don't sit. So sit while you're alive.
I feel like all the logos about death and life, and I don't know if that's exactly where we want to go. I feel the same way about the French monarchy thing, but
Yeah. Well, there's a brand identity, and then there's an ad campaign.
And blood red is already in our brand kit, so we wouldn't
That's
have to
true.
change a lot of the colors for this.
okay. Well, we have so much to think about. I'm glad we got through everything.
I
Oof.
think you're right. I think this is the logo. I mean,
Uh,
I've always said the best creativity is out of the darkness of my soul, and
I'm
You're
for some
so-
rumination.
Yeah, let's sleep on it. Hopefully, dreamless, eagle-free sleep.
I'll give you some of my meds, Thea. You really should use them. We're at a good place.
Yep.
This is further than we were half an hour ago. I think we should adjourn. You can send these out to everyone via email, I assume, and we'll review.
yeah, we can all think about it. Think why this is the right one.
Okay. It's Thea. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
this, and
it's
thank you to your team.
Okay. Well,
Asana.
did you just say Ason again?
Asanan, yeah, the mantra that we were coming up with.
Oh, sure. I also think maybe it's not a good idea for us to keep that mantra. Just say that oddly around the office. I've noticed the creative team doing that and just kind of overlooked it the last few days. Okay. I'll stop the recording and we'll come back to this.
This meeting has ended. To subscribe to This Startup is Being Recorded, go to the podcast player of your choice and tap a button that likely says subscribe. More content is on Twitter @StartupRecorded, or shoot us an email with ideas, feedback, or your personal startup horror story at hello@startuprecorded.com. Kate is played by Valerie Garrison. Valerie is a health tech product manager and regularly plays with the improv troupe Letters to Chicken online. You can find her on Twitter at @TheValgaris. Eric is played by Barry Wright. Barry is a product manager at Spotify and a co-founder of Highwire Improv. Find him by his name on LinkedIn, where he holds regular office hours, or at highwireimprov.com. Matt is played by Marty McGuire. Marty is a senior web engineer and improviser in New York City. You can find Marty's comedy, code, and cats on his website at mmg.re. Thea is played by Robin Stegman. Robin is a digital campaign manager for Ocean Conservancy and is a comedian mostly found at Highwire Improv. You can find her on all the social medias, and she does mean all, at @rstegi. Thank you for listening.